When you write a summary, you are essentially holding up a mirror to a text, reflecting its exact contents back to the reader. But to analyze and evaluate that text, you must examine the mechanics behind the writing. An academic critique separates the text into a balanced evaluation of strengths and weaknesses. It is a reasoned assessment grounded in evidence, not a simple list of personal complaints. Every basic critique relies on two specific sequential steps. First, you provide a short, accurate summary of the source text. Second, you follow it immediately with an evidence-based evaluation of that text's logic and structure. Graduate programs mandate this exact process across disciplines. Moving beyond mere description to actively question and synthesize source material proves you have developed advanced academic literacy. Before you can accurately evaluate a text, you have to establish the boundary of what makes a criticism valid. In academic writing, that boundary is defined by the fair and reasonable standard. A criticism is legitimate only if it judges the work against the actual methodological conventions the author intended to use. For example, penalizing a small qualitative study for lacking statistical generalizability is unreasonable. It's designed to explore specific narratives. Conversely, critiquing a quantitative study for making broad generalizations using a tiny sample is a completely fair criticism. Applying the wrong standard immediately invalidates your critique. As junior scholars, you have to fully comprehend a study's specific design and goals before you attempt to identify its flaws. Once you identify a valid flaw, the next challenge is phrasing it correctly. Professional academic criticism expresses negative evaluation indirectly, rather than launching a blunt attack on the text. The primary tool for this tone is the past unreal conditional. Applying it shifts a blunt complaint into an acceptable academic critique. A sentence or two giving the historical background would have been helpful. Pause the video and mentally rewrite this blunt complaint about missing data tables using the conditional formula. The professional version reads, "It would have been better if the authors had given their main findings in the form of a table." Finalizing tone requires dropping vague intensifiers. Instead of calling a section very good or very bad, rely on precise evaluative vocabulary like successful or unconvincing. Mastering conditional structures and precise vocabulary ensures your critique targets the logic of the text itself. It keeps the evaluation strictly objective, preventing the critique from reading like a personal attack on the author. With the standards and grammar in place, we can construct a 200-word academic critique using a standard 5-part blueprint. Step 1 is a balanced opening statement giving your overall impression of the article. Step 2 is a brief, accurate summary stating the article's methodology and findings in your own words. Next is the core evaluation. You explicitly identify genuine strengths supported by evidence and then state the weaknesses using the fair and reasonable standard alongside polite conditional phrasing. Step 5 requires you to close the paper with a definitive, balanced judgment summarizing the article's true contribution to its field. Mastering this specific 5-part structure proves you can read a text, interrogate its methodology, and organize your judgment into a coherent argument. It demonstrates the exact analytical skills required for all thesis and dissertation writing.